All right, guys, welcome to episode 15 of the Maritime Hockey Podcast. Host Jesse here. A few things I wanted to get started on before we get into our topics. Uh, as you notice, we haven't been really posting any episodes lately. That's just because Chris and Billy, they've been really busy working. They both have jobs and they're training for next hockey season too. Just like myself, I've been training too. And so I'll be on here covering any news in the NHL that comes around. And yeah, so they're busy. It's understandable, and they reached out to me. They're like, man, we feel really bad because we haven't been able to do an episode of the podcast. I'm like, oh, it's fine. But anyways, that being said, as you guys can tell by me wearing our black hats have came in. Uh Again, the price for them is $50. We understand $50 is pretty steep, but it's all going to a great cause. And so yeah, finally our black hats came in. Well, I mean, we had them for a while now because obviously we weren't able to record any episodes lately, but that's why I'm covering this so we can keep the podcast going and all that. So yeah, our black hats are in. This is my one. As you can see, has Jess on the side there. So this is my personal one. But we do have the black ones in for sale. So we have both colors now, which is awesome. Shout out to Lids for making the hats, and shout out to the manager there, Maritime. And yeah, so that's awesome. We have both color hats now, the white and black. And if you guys would like to get one, just DM our personal Instagram accounts or our podcast page. Links to that will be down in the description. And yeah, without that being said, let's get into our topics. It's been a while. So let's start right off the bat with the Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions with a win in Game 5 over the Habs, 1-0 too. Vasilevsky, by the way, 5 straight shutouts in series clinching games for Vasilevsky, takes home the Conn Smythe Trophy. Dude is just a legend, like phenomenal. He is unreal. One of my favorite goalies by far in the league. But, the Habs got to hold their heads high, even though they lost in the finals. I mean, like, they weren't expected to be here. No one would have thought they would make it to the finals. I didn't even think they were going to get there. I thought Toronto was going to eliminate them in round one, but and then same with Vegas. I thought Vegas would eliminate them. Habs went past Vegas, and they made it all the way to the finals. So they were definitely the underdogs of these playoffs. And they made a great run for it. Dominique Ducharme, his first year being named interim head coach, which they signed him to a 3-year contract extension now for as head coach. So that's awesome. Former Moose head coach. So that's awesome to see. And but yeah, his first year being named head coach, and he brings them to the finals. I mean, he won the Memorial Cup with the Mooseheads in 2013. So obviously he's a great coach and can coach a championship type team. So that's awesome to see. And you do gotta get the Habs credit, sorry. But yeah, you do gotta give them tons of credit, even whether you hate them or not. They did play amazing hockey these playoffs, and Carey Price played unreal, just like playoff Price. It was awesome hockey to see. And yeah, now hockey season's over, but hey, we're still going to make episodes because we have a big, huge off season ahead of us. You know, a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Trades, trade rumors, the Seattle Kraken Expansion Draft coming up soon in a few days. So there's a lot to talk about that. And by the way, going into our next topic with trades now, the Edmonton Oilers acquired Duncan Keith from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for Caleb Jones and a 2022 second round pick, I believe it was. Hold on, I'll look that up right now just to make sure. I believe it was a second round pick, though. I will look that up. But yeah, Duncan Keith going to the Oilers. I know a lot of people aren't happy at Ken Holland for making that deal, but I think, obviously Keith's getting old, but I think it helps Edmonton in a way. And yeah, it helps them out a bit on their defense, like we said in previous episodes. Edmonton doesn't really have much help besides McDavid and Draisaitl. That's pretty much your whole team, right? So, yeah, Duncan Keith traded to Oilers for Caleb Jones and a 2022 second. I'm just looking up that to make sure. And Keith's a 3-time Stanley Cup champion too, with the Blackhawks 2010, 2013, and 2015. He's won the 2015 Conn Smythe Trophy and also won the Norris Trophy in 2010 and 2014. Has twice been named to the NHL First All-Star Team, also in 2010 and 2014. So he has great leadership too, and that's what's going to be big in the locker room for the Oilers too. They don't have much, like the Oilers are a young team, so they don't have any veterans there. And I'm just still trying to look at that pick right now. But I believe it was a 2022 second round pick. It might have been third. I am looking at trying to figure that out. Where is it? It can't be that far down here. It can't be, right? Anyways, yeah, I can't seem to find it, but I believe it was it was a second round pick. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here it is here. Yeah. Oh, third round pick. My bad. 2022 third round pick. The Blackhawks received and Caleb Jones, and Oilers received Duncan Keith. So 2022 third round pick. My bad. And but yeah, then again with the Oilers adding that veteran asset, whether you don't like the trade or not, and I know a lot of people don't like it because there was no salary retained. So, and Ken Holland in the past, his trades he made are like, it's like, yeah, he's made some pretty bad trades in the past. Like when he was with Detroit too, and it was time to get rid of him. I was happy we got rid of him. And then we bring in Steve Yzerman, which again, going back to Tampa, he built that team, Steve Yzerman built Tampa, and now look at them. They're back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. So I'm happy we got Steve Yzerman now, even though I know it's still going to be a few more years in the rebuild for the Wings. but we're in a good spot. We got a lot of good young prospects coming up, and we'll see who we draft with this upcoming draft, which is in a few days as well. 6th overall pick for the Wings. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that we might be taking the goalie Jesper Wallstedt, and he seems like a really good goalie. So, and that's kind of what the Wings need right now. Hoping we re-sign Bernier because he played phenomenal, even though we weren't great in the season. Bernier played awesome, and Grice, Grice is a good goalie, but like this season with Detroit, I find he kind of struggled. I mean, he did play some good games where he made great saves and stood on his head and all that. But it's like, he did way better on the Islanders. So it's like, do you try to keep Grice or do you maybe give him as an option for Seattle? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not Steve Yzerman, so he'll have to decide on who they want to give up. By the way, I guess we're going into the expansion draft now, so I think I might as well, since I was talking about the Wings, who I think the Wings will, or who I think Seattle will take from the Wings. Sorry, my bad. Who I think Seattle will take from Detroit is, I think I can see them taking a guy like Evgeny Svechnikov or someone like that. I know a lot of people are saying they'll probably take Adam Ernie, but I don't see that happening. Ernie near the end of the season, he went on the tear with Detroit. And I do gotta say too, obviously, I feel like Detroit will also protect Jacob Verana. I mean, they have to. He came in after that trade and played unreal for Detroit. Like, fantastic. I love that we got that trade. As a Wings fan, this might be biased, but I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me. The Wings definitely won that trade. And Verana's awesome. I've seen him in the shootout a few times this season too, and his shootout moves are nasty. So yeah. And then trade rumors going around too. There's a lot of news about Zach Hyman and Tyler Bertuzzi. They might be switching teams. So I heard the top 2 landing spots for Hyman are Edmonton or Detroit. And now that Edmonton acquired Duncan Keith, though, I don't see them going after Hyman anymore, because then it's like if they get Hyman, then they're kind of dealing with cap issues, sort of like how Tampa did. But we won't talk about that because I know people are like, oh, that's what 18 mil does, wins the back-to-back cups. It's like, no, they didn't win it because of the cap. They won it because they're a good team. And you can fully agree that they are a good team. Like, the superstars and the talent they have on their team. Like, again, Vasilevsky played unreal. And in my opinion, he 100% deserves the Conn Smythe. I know a lot of people were saying Kucherov should have got it because he led the playoffs in points. But it's like, no, you got to look at Vasilevsky, like 5 series clinching shutouts and clinching games. Unreal. He is the best, one of the best goalies in the NHL. And there's just nothing else you can say about him. He's unreal. So that's that. And I would love it if the Wings acquire Hyman. I'm talking about the Wings here a lot. I am a Wings fan, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, also I would like to keep Bertuzzi. I feel like as a Wings fan, you do got to keep Bertuzzi because he's like, you got to build your team around Larkin, Bertuzzi, Fabry, and Verana, right? Those are your main pieces. But then again, it's like if we want to get Zach Hyman, we have to give up a good player, right? And we're not going to give up Dylan Larkin. I seen this season, like a lot of people were saying, oh, in the offseason, trade Larkin and get a good player. It's like, dude, they're not going to trade Larkin, especially with him just being named captain. Like, no, he's going to be there for a long time. He'll probably retire as a Red Wing. And he's their face of the franchise. You got to build your team around him, you know. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with Hyman and Bertuzzi. I mean, even if Bertuzzi goes to Toronto, that's good for them too, because Toronto just needs that grit to help them get past the first round, and they don't have a lot of people that are grinders and work hard in the corners, you know. So that could help Toronto if they get Bertuzzi too. Bertuzzi would be a really good fit for them. And yeah, more trade rumors too. Vladimir Tarasenko from the Blues has requested to be traded because he was not happy with how the doctors in St. Louis handled his surgery. They didn't do a good job, so he's pretty mad at them about that and requested a trade. So we'll have to see where he goes to. And also from the Avalanche, I heard that Gabriel Landeskog and the Avalanche are not even close to an agreement on an extension yet. So, and I heard that Toronto's also trying to pursue Alex Kerfoot's contract to Seattle. And they said if they do that, then they'll try to go after Landeskog, who would be another great piece for Toronto. But then it's like, then again with Toronto, like they want to try to get all these superstars. And then it's like, you're going to get cap issues though. But that's why they're trying to clear some of their contracts away so they can acquire those assets. So, I mean, if they do get Landeskog, absolutely great pickup for them. And yeah, so this off season is going to be huge. Like, there's a lot of big names that are UFAs, and we'll just have to see what happens in the coming weeks and days. And I'm sure there will be more trades, and the Seattle expansion draft's only a few days away. You know, at the time making this is July 15th. The expansion draft's the 21st. And then you have the NHL draft on the 23rd. And then it moves to signing season with free agents and all that. So it's going to be a busy off season, but I'm excited for it. There's going to be a lot to talk about, and it's going to be fun to see where these people for trade rumors go too, because the Jack Eichel is out there too. You know, where's he going to go? I don't see him going back to Buffalo. I do think they will trade him. But yeah, leave your comments below who you think Seattle will take in the expansion draft, and who do you think they'll take from your favorite team, you know? And who do you think your team will draft in the NHL draft too? And as always, be sure to subscribe. Also, I know we did mention in the last episode that we would be doing our 100 subscribers special, our first ever in-person podcast. We have hit 100 subscribers, by the way. We're at 102 now, actually. So we appreciate that very much. And your support's awesome, and we love y'all. Y'all are beauties. So eventually we will have that 100 subscriber special for you, our first ever in-person podcast. Again, if you do like to buy one of the black hats or white ones, DM us on Instagram. They're $50. Goes to a great cause, the Jordan Boyd Foundation. And yeah, with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. There's obviously a lot more news, but it's like I can't talk about everything because then it would just be too long of an episode. So once again, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning on winning back-to-back Stanley Cups, and credit to Montreal for the playoff run that they had. Uh, Also, real quick, I'm sure you guys saw this too. The Stanley Cup did get damaged in the parade that Tampa Bay had. It was, and how it got damaged is it was raining outside, and Patrick Maroon had the cup, and he went to lift it up, and obviously it was wet, so he fell back, and the cup fell. The cup fell with him, and around the big top bowl part, that's the circle that they drink out of, it got dented. So now they're sending the cup to Montreal to get repaired, and then it will look brand new again. So that's good that it's getting repaired. And I know Habs fans are like, oh, so it's coming to Montreal after all. It's like, no, it's like you guys aren't gonna see it. Like it's going to the repair shop. So it's not like they're just gonna repair it and then be like, here, Habs fans, you can see the cup and all that. Like, no. I mean, maybe they'll let you see the cup, but they're not gonna like let you guys celebrate with it because you guys didn't win it. I'm sorry, but you didn't. So that's just Habs fans. They were acting all excited just because it's going to Montreal to get repaired. They're like, so it's coming to Montreal after all. But, anyways, no, it's just going there to get repaired, and then they're going to send it back to the Tampa players, and they can continue celebrating. And I'm sure they'll be more careful this time. Uh, and I know people were saying show respect for the cup. It's like, dude, it wasn't their fault. It's raining. It's slippery when it's wet. So, and I'm sure it's broke many times before. Obviously, they know how to repair it. It's silver metal, so that breaks a lot. But yeah, without that being said, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. And thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe again and check out our Instagram page, link in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next one.